Yo boys, I don't usually make this type of video, but the Cycle Frontier YouTube page just dropped a dev update video called Season 3 Release Date, and with it came some pretty hefty information on the direction that Cycle will be moving after Season 3. Okay, so if you've not seen the dev update, I'm gonna put it in the link in the description. Go and watch it. It's only 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Go watch that, and then come back to this video so you understand what we're talking about. So first of all, there's gonna be no more wipes after Season 3. There'll be one wipe at the end of Season 2, which will wipe your stash progression campaign, but it's changing to optional wipes going forward. This means that campaign and stash will be reset, but they're still deciding on incentives for the player to do this. Let me know what you guys think of this, because what would it take for you guys to have to redo the whole campaign and redo your stash while still fighting the same tier enemies as you were before you wiped? Because your KD won't be reset. So yeah, it's not clear on what incentive there is going to be for wiping just yet, but more information will get released later on. Also, Season 3 has been delayed by 2 months. So we are still in Season 2, and we're going to have to wait around 60 to 70 days to see what that end of season event's looking like, boys. Assuming it starts the same time as last season, which was around 2 weeks of the end of the season. But anyway, they're also releasing more information down the line about how economy is going to change and how it's going to work in Season 3 with there being no wipe. We're going to see an entirely different type of cycle, boys. So it's hard to give my 2 cents without understanding their full vision of the game, but as the devs release more info, I will keep you guys updated. So with there being no wipes going forward, here are some things to consider. They noted that endgame gear will be harder to obtain and buy. I don't know about you, but with Cycle in its current state, starting from new and facing endgame gear with the current low to mid-range weapons is practically unfair. It's not impossible, but guns below EXO struggle just because of the state of weapon balancing. Most, if not all, of the guns below EXO tier struggle so hard to compete because of weapon changes made throughout Season 2 that it's made running anything other than a Brute and Bassi just a disadvantage to run in PvP scenarios. I used to love doing things like letting my viewers choose my loadout or just running random gun combinations to make it just more fun, because you could still use those guns and outcompete the people that you're fighting against. It just feels like in this current state of the game, using these weapons, which in the tier list I basically put anything below B tier, you're going to struggle significantly to fight anything higher, despite if you have Shroud's aim or not, purely because of weapon imbalancing. And with it being such a heavy gun versus gun meta, since you don't have any utility to use, since you can't buy utility anymore, you're just going to get W keyed down by brute teams. And guns in these tiers just aren't going to compete in a standoff like that, especially if you don't have the armor to match. But we're used to this. It's been Bassi brute meta for quite a while now, but imagine it a few months into a non-wiped Season 3. All the same juicy EXO kitted teams are just going to be running around steamrolling as usual, but the casual player has to grind longer and harder to reach the same level of gear, which just feels like the opposite of what Jaeger is trying to do. But again, that is just my personal opinion, of course. Now, with that being said, weapon balancing is a known problem by the devs, and they're probably delaying the season to ensure Season 3 gets the rework that it needs. But if you look at the changes that have been made during Season 2 and the changes that still need to be made, like the things like the Bassi, which has been in the state that it's been in for months, I just hope it's enough to ensure that everybody's on a more even playing field when Season 3 rolls around. Anyway, boys, just wanted to make this quick update because this is by far the biggest news drop we've had for Cycle. It almost feels like a rebranding of the game again. And let's just say there's definitely mixed results about it from what I've seen in the community. Once again, please let me know your thoughts on where you think the Cycle is heading and where you see the franchise ending up after Season 3 rolls around, and where you see the franchise going after Season 3 hits, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.